I was really, really in debt. I really needed money, and for a job or anything. Out of all the things I could have wanted was just a job to pay me good money. So I decided to look through the papers instead, just to see what was going on. I looked through the papers and I saw this job for a security guard at Fredbear's Fright. It looked weird, but whatever it was. It paid about $120 a week, so I kind of needed it. So I decided to ring up the place and tell them I wanted the night guard job. Some weird man spoke over the phone, and he said this.
I'm glad to see you signed up for the job, because you're the only person who even signed up for it. I'm glad you're part of our family.
Out of all the places I went to, I'd never heard someone speak like that before. I was actually really scared, and I was thinking maybe I shouldn't sign up for the job. But maybe I shouldn't judge someone on how they sound. I don't know who that was over the phone or what they wanted, but whatever family they were talking about must be insane. They have to be the most insane person I've ever spoken to, and I seriously do not want to hear from this man again. So I decided to go to sleep and wait until around 11 o'clock to get ready for my first night, and hopefully it wouldn't be too bad. I arrived at the pizzeria thinking it would be all nice, but since I heard in the newspaper that it was Fazbear's Fright, I knew I was in for a fright. Well, I saw the owner waiting outside the place, and he said,
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Over how shocked I was, I remembered that voice. I recognized it. It was the same guy who was over the phone. I said I didn't want to see him again, but I didn't know he was the owner. I thought I was on the line to some employee. Not that guy. But I knew that I was in for the night. I was wondering how I was going to sleep since I had to stay up until 6 a.m. It was pretty much the same rules as the old place I worked at. Fortunately, it got closed down because of an incident called the Bite of 87. After hearing that incident, I was too scared to ever go to another place of these again. But since it was called Fazbear's Fright, I decided, why not? So I just waited until the start of 12 a.m. before I got some voice call. There was a red light that was beeping. So I decided to answer it, and it left this disturbing message, which kind of sounded really weird. But then, after the disturbing message ended, I got this phone call from an unknown person I've never heard before. But apparently he was my supervisor, and he would help me through the night. So I decided to pick up the phone, and this is what he said.
Hey, glad you came back for another night. I promise it'll be a lot more interesting this time. We found some great new relics over the weekend, and we're out tracking down a new lead right now. So let me just update you real quick, then you can get to work. Like, the attraction opens in like a week, so we have to make sure everything works and nothing catches on fire.
I was scared out of my life. My heart skipped a beat when he said about a fire. I was so scared that there was flammable stuff in the building, and the way he sounded on the phone sounded like the familiar guy in the last time I talked to. I didn't know what he was doing, but why would he be the phone guy again? But whatever happened, it didn't really matter to me since I had to actually work this night shift. It went on talking for quite a while until the call finally ended. So I was ready and set to go. So I decided to wait until we got somewhere. I waited until the call went on for a long time, and it pretty much took half of my shift time up, listening to the boring guy saying stuff and everything. Well, after the call ended, 6 a.m. came very fast. And obviously it was my first night, but I couldn't believe he could have talked for that long. There must be something wrong with him. There's no way a person could talk for that long. But he might have important stuff to tell me. But I decided to drive home, so I would be ready for my next night.